How much time do you guys want? You want to leverage it,
All of it.
right? So at the same moment, you can be at meetings with different people all over North America. I told you the story about the gal I met on the plane. She's from Silicon Valley. She has a son in Columbus, Ohio. I told her to send the video to her son, which I don't know if he's watched it yet or not, but this was like an hour ago, 2 hours ago. So he's probably going to come down for an interview, and then she told me about her retirement plan, $800,000 in an IRA. Is it worth making a trip to California for something like that? Sure. Do you think she knows other people in Silicon Valley that wouldn't buy a car with no brakes? Probably. Maybe she wants to guarantee a portion of her retirement. I have no idea. Video communicates faster and more effectively. If the image is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000 images. Did I read that right?
Yep.
Oh well, so let's get specific now. There's 4 stages to this process, because I know you guys are thinking, well, how do you use it? What do you use it? But let's just talk about that. There's the encounter. The encounter is pretty simple. This is an example, and you guys are going to create your own version of this. But it's just, look, I partnered with a financial literacy company that's teaching people how money really works. Once again, forget WSB, forget WealthWave, forget WFG, and forget Transamerica. None of that matters. This is about you helping people, serving lives, and it's not about what hierarchy, none of that stuff matters. It's about winning for your family. That's what this whole thing's about. So I've partnered with a literacy company that's teaching people how money really works. Okay, well, who thinks that's a dumb crusade? If they think it's a dumb crusade, do you really want them as a prospect?
No.
No, this is a filtering system. This is a filtering system. We're expanding in the Chicagoland area. We're seeking new leaders. I thought of you. I don't like to say I thought of you. I like to say we're looking for some good people. Will you take a look at the new video so I can get your thoughts? That's it. That's it. And then when you follow up, we'll talk about that too. Any questions on the encounter? So I'm going to get real specific about this. I mean, you really want to know how easy this is? You're important to me. I want you to check this video out. I'll call you tomorrow. That's really how important, how easy it can be. Yes?
Is this always done by phone, or can you send that by text?
I'm a big fan of the phone. I'm a big fan of the phone. You can, now in the society that we're in, and a lot of the guys that have been around longer can relate to this, is, I mean, it's ridiculous. You can call your buddy and they won't answer it, but then they'll text you right back.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. So sometimes I'll text people and say, hey, can you talk? I mean, it's crazy society now, how it is.
You don't
Totally
use
different.
campaign managers?
It's wild, because I've had people give me the rebuttal of, well, if you call, you won't get a hold of anybody. Well, okay, make sure you can talk to them. You want them to hear it in your voice, okay? Do you have a question?
A campaign manager, you don't send it through campaign manager?
Haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
Haven't gotten there yet. So, okay, any other questions on this?
No.
No? All right. So then the video, which one do you send? I mean, really, there's 2 channels. This is more on the recruiting side. This is more on the literacy side. You can say, we're looking to expand leadership. I'm not trying to recruit you. I just know that you're great in sales. You probably know people just like you. Who do you know that's confident, credible, and consistent? Then you can go that route. It all depends on how you tailor it. Okay? That's the key. It's just all how you tailor it. And what it does is it helps the prospect qualify you and creates curiosity and interest. It helps you leverage your time, automating the early presentation stage and preparing the prospect for the next step, which is the vision presentation. Let me give you an example. You guys remember that IUL video? We have a campaign manager for that. I sent that out to 10 of my friends that are doctors and in the medical field that I'm friends with, and I don't want to hit them up for business. You know, you guys have those kinds of friends?
Yeah.
I just said, look, guys, I want you to see how we're marketing ourselves now. I'd love your opinion. 3 hit me back within less than 10 minutes saying, can I put $1,000 a month into one of those? I sent them the IUL. I said, I want you to see how we're marketing ourselves. I'd love your feedback. And I sent it out. Have any of you ever had that happen to you in your career?
Let's try it.
No. And then the funny thing is that all I told them was that I respect them and I value their opinion and I want their feedback. And then they replied with that. Can I put $1,000 a month into those? My response was, I don't know if it's suitable for you. Let's sit down and look at your numbers. We ended up doing more than that. Imagine that. Okay? Many, many ways to do this. So as we go into this, when you follow up, and the rule on follow-up, you send the video, you got to follow up in 24 hours. I mean, that hasn't changed since the day I started in this company. You got to strike while it's hot. So when people say, oh yeah, send a video and then everybody just falls in your lap, no, that's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about letting it go out and do the first encounter for you. Because I know if Chicago traffic is anything like Atlanta, I think it's probably worse, isn't it?
Worse.
How many lanes you guys got here?
Not enough.
Not enough, that's the problem.
Not enough. So I don't know about you guys, but you ever driven to an appointment to show up and then they're not even there?
Yeah.
Or then they say, well, you know, this was great, but I'm really not interested. So how about never wasting your time again? And this is where you get serious about leveraging your time so you can do the stuff that matters. So for me, a lot of the time, and I used to say I don't meet with anybody unless they watch the video, but you can't control that. Now I try and control it more by saying, look, I'd love to meet with you, but I really want you to watch that before we sit down. It's really important. It'll give you a better understanding of what we do. And then, by the way, you want to teach them how to share that message when you leave there. That's just building a cheerleader for your business, okay? So the questions to ask are not what you think, but what impacted you most about the video? You have to be positive and assume that something impacted them. So you want to know what impacted you most about the video. If they say, well, I really got hurt bad in 2008 when the market went down, well, then do you try and recruit them? No, you talk to them about, tell me more. What's in place? Have you changed your investment style since that time when you got hurt by the market? What are they probably going to say? They're probably going to say, no, I'm still sitting in American funds. I'm still sitting in T. Rowe Price. Sounds like we need to talk. Some of our best recruits started out as clients first because they became advocates. And then I asked them, I said, do you see value in what we've done for you? And then I learned this from a guy who put $100 million under management in 12 months in the 401k space. All right? He taught me the killer referral question. He just said, if basically, he said, okay, you're a respected blank and a blank, a doctor and a pastor or whatever it may be. If I were you, how do you say it? If you were me, how would you go about meeting more people like yourself? There we go. I got my brain twisted. I really appreciate sitting down with you today. It's a great opportunity to work for you. If you were me, how would you go about meeting more people like yourself? You're a very respected pillar in the community. You're very respected this or that. How would you go about meeting more people like yourself? And you know what they do? They usually tell you. They don't usually say, I can't think of anybody. You got to strike them at the right time. I used to ask for referrals before I presented something of value. If you don't present something of value, why in the world would they give you a referral? Keep that in mind, okay? This is a great way to present something of value without even having to be there. Who do you know that would appreciate this message? That's a great question. Can we meet later today or tomorrow so I can show you what our vision is for financial literacy and how it could benefit you? Those are great questions. And these are just examples. Yes, sir?
You find that it's a lot easier to get referrals now because you're saying, hey, I just want to send them a video? Are you
Not because of the video,
okay,
but because of the way that it's now being presented.
okay,
And not easier, way easier.
got it.
Way easier, yes. Because they're clear on the message before we meet. The
Okay.
professionalism and the tone is set from the minute, like before we even meet.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just, and now with podcasts and videos, I mean, you can send videos to people so that, I mean, we even have, because we've got a 2-minute video, we did leader videos, and I can send it to you guys. It's just teamtdt.com. And we actually have a 2-minute message in a bottle of our business. So a lot of our people say, hey, I want you to meet my trainer before you meet my trainer. It's pretty cool. You know, and then it just kind of builds that up a little bit.
It's part of your company, basically, a video business card, correct? In a way?
You could look at it that way. Somewhat. I mean,
Somewhat, but
I wish I could throw a card out and a video pops up. Yeah. That's not the guy. No, I know what you're saying, though. Yeah, absolutely. So are we clear on this? When you send one out, follow up 24 hours later. You have to. Expect people to say, no, I haven't seen it yet. That's going to happen. Well, great. It means a lot to me. Can you take the time to watch it? Find out what impacts them. And then if they say, you know, I hate my career, I hate my job, ask them what your plan B is. What's your plan B? What's your plan B? And then you want to follow up. You can send them then the 28-minute. Then once we go through that process, the flip book, which I'm going to dive deep into here, is really the ability to sit down and relay our message and our crusade in about 15 to 20 minutes with somebody. Not 15 to 20 hours, but 15 to 20 minutes. And then you close by asking them to get started and go through the meeting. And then this is the chance for them to get coded, do their websites, yada, 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 get their list of 25 prospects and start sending that out. So I love the professional side of the financial industry. But what this has been able to do for us is it's been able to add the other side of it too. Make it more personal and more fun. And what I'll say is about 2 years ago, I was not having that much fun. I was wore out. I was like this at the window saying, man, is our guest coming? Where's our guest? Are they coming? No, they're going to be here. I don't know if you guys have ever done this before, but when you talk to your team, hey, how many guests you got coming? How many guests you got coming? How many guests you got coming? Nobody wants to say none, right? So what do they say? Oh, yeah, I got 3. Yeah, I got 2. I don't know what happened. Maybe they got stuck in traffic. Maybe they all hit the same Greyhound bus and they all turned hard right instead of left. Okay? So I just, obviously nobody's agreeing with any of that. I was getting burnt out on that. And I wanted to make it more predictable, more personal, more fun. And then this is where we talked a lot about this, but this is setting the tone for the fast start. This is the last page of the flip book, but you'll see me go through the whole thing here in just a second. And this is just going back, and I know I got into this hardcore before, but this is setting the expectation of what you expect. So let's talk about activity. This is how now we know about it, okay, how do we manage it? And you probably have always heard manage your activity and track your results. What's the end result? We want to make 100,000, we want to make 250, we want to be a hero for our family. We all have the same result we want, but you've got to track the activity. So number one, blasting doesn't work. I'll just say that right out of the gates. If you're blasting people, you send 100 emails out to somebody, and you're like, well, how come nobody's responded? Well, because you blasted them. Okay, not that they know that, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You have to make the contact one-on-one, and I think this is where, Anthony, you were getting at, man, is, yeah, I mean, this is just the cherry on top. They buy you. They buy your intensity, your certainty, the look in your eye. That all still remains. This is just a modernized way of the business format system. That's all it is. It's just more of a modernized a version of it. You reach out to X people per week with a video. Here's what we do. With our people right out of the gates, pick 5 days where you do 5 contacts. Why 5 days with 5 contacts? Because if you do 5 on Monday, you're following up on Tuesday with those 5, and then you got to do a new 5 that day too. Do that for 1 week. When was the last time you contacted a 25 list in 1 week? Let alone 1 month. You know what I used to do when I get a top 25? It'd sit on my desk. I'd get maybe 3 to 5 of them, and then I'd get around to the next month, getting a hold of them. I'd run 2, 3 appointments, and then I'd be like, oh, where'd they go? Oh, do I call their list? I still have their names and numbers, but they won't return my call anymore because they're not making any money. Do 25 in a week. Get it done and get it over with. That's how you get your 10 appointments. Do the videos. Follow up. 24 hours later. Do the encounter. So that means Monday 5 contacts. Tuesday 5 more. Follow up on the first 5. Wednesday 5 more. Follow up on the 5. Thursday 5 more. And then you're also doing it on Saturday too. Those of you that are part-time, how many part-timers are here? None? Okay. So do you have people on your team that are part-timers?
Yes.
Okay. So how long do you think it takes to do this?
It only takes me like 10, 15 minutes.
30-minute lunch break. That's it. Compress your time frames. Coach your people on how to do that. And then you know what this does? This builds confidence in your people. I think somebody said, I don't know, there you are. Why do people quit? Because they got rejected and you weren't there. It didn't feel good. They didn't like it. Can they reject a video? This is the cheesiest thing I've ever seen. This is terrible. How many works? What a scam. Yeah, okay. All right, you made it easy on me. I don't want an appointment with you. It's the truth.
Yeah.
Reach out to X people a day. Now, if you're full-time, I'd probably bump that up to 10. And you'll see a page on here that talks about dedicating 1 hour to social media, prospecting, video, and it's tough. It's a change. And I'm still working on that aspect because I despise social media. I'm not a social media person. I don't like saying, hey, look at me, look where I'm going, look at this. Oh, I'm living the dream, hashtag, I'm the greatest. I'm not one of those people. So anyway, I think I already covered this on accident. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. So let's talk about how money works. This is kind of our go-to video. Because when you want to share the message, and it's the most vanilla video we've got. Because, I mean, I don't know how else to tell you this, but we're in a 100-year-old industry, and nobody ever thought to trademark the words how money works until Tom Matthews did. Is that ridiculous? 100-year-old industry. So does that tell me right there, I mean, this is something I say to clients a lot of the time. You realize our 4 largest competitors, at one time, the 4 largest firms, they all basically got bailed out by the government. And since it's being recorded, I'm not going to say it. But you know them. One of them rhymes with Valero Minch. The other one's related to Cousin Stanley. One of them's not even around anymore. Wachovia. They're now called Fargo Wells. It's ridiculous. You realize they would have all gone under if the government didn't bail them out. You guys realize that Aegon, in March of '07, purchased Cousin Lynch's insurance division. Anybody know that one? That's a pretty good one to know. Oh, by the way, that's the company that owns us. But your cousin who's the attorney, yeah, we're a scam. You're right. Yeah, he figured it out. Have fun with it. How money works is a great vanilla way, but you got audibles, just like in football. You got audibles, like we talked about the docs. The docs, I sent this out to them, and it ended up leading into something I would have never expected. The mailbox interaction. The situation, the lady that I met on the plane, I sent her this video, and then if they like this, I mean, if you guys really want to know what our like pre-BPM is before they come into the office, is usually I will not meet with someone to interview them unless they've watched The Perfect Wave. And somebody says, well, that's 28 minutes, that's way too long. Well, if they're not going to watch a 28-minute video, do you think they're going to go out in the field with me on 10 appointments? Do you think they're going to fail their exam 9 times and stick it out? Well, they're busy. Well, so am I. How serious are you about making a career change? And that's where we got to go with it. Yes, John?
You would say after they set up their interview appointment?
So I send you the video, all right, and you say, man, I'm impressed. I'm really intrigued. I'm looking for a career change. Great. Let's set up a time for, what day is today? What day is today?
Thursday the 10th.
Thursday, 10th.
Thursday the 10th. Why don't we set up a time for tomorrow? What time's good for you? 1 o'clock. Great. Between now and tomorrow, what I'd like for you to watch is The Perfect Wave. I'm going to send this to you. It's 28 minutes. I'd like for you to watch it, John, and I want you to write down any question you could possibly think of. I want John to come in prepared. Does that make sense?
What's the first one that you sent them?
Well, recruiting usually is end of wealth and retirement.
Okay.
Okay? How Money Works is usually the one that we go to for someone's top 25 list.
Makes sense.
Okay.
All right? Because who doesn't want to know how money works? Last I checked, everyone on their list works for money. They all need to know how to make it work for them. It's a very noble cause. We right the wrongs that are done by the traditional industry. You got to get passionate about our crusade. You got to get passionate about it. Okay, John, did I answer your question?
Yep.
All right, so you set the tone, find out what intrigued them,
Bless you.
and then bless you. And then if they say, okay, I want to learn more. If you guys got a BPM on Thursday night, and you know you're going to invite them to that, you call them on Wednesday, don't have them come to your BPM without watching that video. You know what they're going to do when they walk in this door? Well, first off, if they walk in the door, you think they're ready to go?
They're ripped.
They're done.
They're already ready.
They're done. It's over.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's totally different tone. They're not going to come in saying, oh, what's this all about? After they watch it, they may call you and say, Angela, I got 2 more buddies. Can I bring them with me? Leverage. Leverage. Yes?
Did your hand point to The Perfect Wave before the BPM?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, or before I interview somebody. It's the same thing. That's a 28-minute BPM. That's really all it is. It's a 28-minute. So now here's the thing. When do you guys do your BPMs here?
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So has somebody ever said to you, well, I can't make it on this day, maybe I'll make it on this day. And then they don't show up?
Yeah.
All the time.
That happens to you guys? It's so weird. So, as you know, time is crucial. So if they go a week without usually hearing from you, would it be fair to say that they may have lost interest?
Yes.
So what this is like if somebody can't make it to a BPM on a Thursday night, and most offices run like twice a week, okay? If they can't make it to one, I want to make sure that they get it, and then they can interview with me after, and they can watch it on their iPad laying in bed. And then the cool thing is have them watch it with their spouse. One of the things I learned, I heard Rich Stawley say this a long time ago, is recruit couples. Because good luck getting somebody off to a quick start if their spouse hates what they do. Because you realize you're a threat.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're taking their spouse away from their family
Yep.
to chase some dream that they may or may not believe is possible of happening. So have their spouse watch the video as well. And that's a message it's going to deliver, and you don't have to worry about being the one to deliver it. Any other questions on this?
I guess just it's early on we were trying to learn how to use these videos and stuff. Sometimes we were under the impression that we were like trying to feed a duck a loaf of bread with a 20-minute video, but maybe we should have used it more as a filtering kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what I'm getting here.
Yeah, the 28-minute video is like when somebody, it's like a pre-confirmation is really what it is. That's all I use it for, is a pre-confirmation. Because I get it. I'm not going to send somebody a 28-minute video they'll shut down 3 minutes in when they don't know anything about it. So I'd rather them watch, and that's why we created a 2-minute video. Because, I mean, I know my attention span. You ever seen that Klondike commercial? Where the wife's talking to the husband?
Yeah.
And then the countdown is from like 10 seconds down, and then 10 seconds goes off, and then all these banners fly off because he listened to his wife for 10 seconds. Okay? Not that I'm like that. I love listening to everything my wife has to say. Right, Amy? I mean, same deal. I'm feeling the heat over here already. I'm feeling the look. But I'm just telling you, people's attention spans are very, very, very minimal. And we'll talk about that as well, yeah.
Are you gonna go into how your transition? Because how long did it take you to transition the mindset?
My mindset?
Yours first, but I'm saying then the team, right? You could, what was that process?
Okay, so here's the easiest way. Well, number one, transition yours. It took me about 8 months. And it was Tom being really aggressive with me on it, like really aggressive. Just saying, hey man, if you can afford it, I can afford it. You know, if you're good with where you're at, I'm good with where you're at. And then just more talking about Crusade and where we're looking to go with this and leveraging and what I want my life to look like. And he really got me sold on it. You know what he really said? He just said to me, how many people can close as good as you? You know, you start thinking about it. How many people can give a BPM as good as you? How many people can deliver an IUL message as good as you? If you can live with that, I can live with that. And then he said, well, why not turbocharge it? Why not build belief and confidence in your people now more than ever? This is an instant way to do that because it's instantaneous results. And then the part of rejection, people don't take it personally anymore because they're not rejecting you, they're rejecting how money works. And nobody rejects how money works. And if they say it's a scam, I'll say, hey, take a look at this site. This is my Trans-America Financial Advisors site. Really? One of the top firms in the country? Hey, it's all good. We're not for everybody. But who do you know that's looking to be more in the entrepreneurial field? Who do you know that's dissatisfied with their performance in the last 15 years? Who do you know that's scared about where the markets are headed? See, I don't talk people into doing anything anymore. I'm just looking for the right one. So what I would say, Anthony, as far as transition, is it all comes down to what you want out of this business. It really does. Because it's not necessarily, and this is kind of an ego thing. It was an ego thing for me. It was, do I want to be the man? Or do I want to have a bunch of people feeling really good about themselves? And at one time, I wanted to be the man. I wanted to be the one. I wanted to be the best presenter. I got a high off of people introducing me to come speak. Now I'm just like everybody else. I'm in the trenches with you. I don't care about the man or my title or cash flow or ring color. I care about winning for my family. That's it. And I care about helping other families feel what it's like what we feel. That's it. So it's totally an ego thing. I don't know if I'm answering your question.
I'm good there. What
Okay.
I'm asking is how you started to roll it out, like your first fast start. You just started with some personal recruiting. You grabbed
Yeah.
some team. That's what
Yes.
you know, because you have to.
Here's exactly how it started.
That's what
I changed my mindset, did it with new recruits.
Okay.
I tried to, you know how it works. It's easier to give birth than it is to resurrect.
Right.
Okay? So I started training new associates. I started running them through this. And then the oldies, as I like to call them, said, well, hey, wait a minute. Why are you giving all the attention to these people? And then why are they kicking my butt?
Okay.
Game over. And then you'll find out who's truly on your team. And I don't even want to say it that way. I don't even tell my team that they're on my team. I'm part of their team. I'm part of their team. Nobody's on my team. I'm part of their team. It's just a different way of looking at it. So what I would say, and I'll come to you here in just a second, but that's the key.
That's
Go wide, let it rip with them, and then
The others will follow.
the others will follow and re-resurrect, if you will.
so that all because of that whole mindset. It helps with the fast start because you're not begging. You know, it's just a whole. You know what I mean? Because you know when you start fast start, people are like, well, tell me a little bit about how your reimbursement works for licensing. So they come in, you explain, hey, I love the 10 appointments. I couldn't agree more. Most people don't make it to 10 appointments, and that's why they don't hit 330.
Yep.
It's like 99% accurate.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about that, getting them to want to get out in the field. Or is it just, it's because it's all that mindset shift first, and then that's how it started to flow for you?
I tell my story when it comes to that. My story's pretty simple. You saw how awesome I was at taking tests. Okay? Why did I stick around? Because my trainer got me in the field, and I referred him 33 clients before I even got licensed. And I looked at that, and that turned into 300 referrals for me. That is why I have never been on a cold call in 18 years. That's why I don't attend networking meetings. That's why I'm not saying they're bad.
Sure.
I've just never had to, because I've got 8,000 contacts in my Google contacts. Most of them are husband and wife, and I just tell them, hey, we're expanding, we're looking to find people, we're looking to do this. I would tell you right now, if you have clients, you need to contact them and say, look at the new ways that we're marketing.
And that's what I'm doing.
Hold on one second, I'll forget if I don't say this, because if you don't, somebody else will. Somebody else will. So it's not, oh, that's a cool idea, let me get around to it. Instantaneously do something with it. That's what I would say. And I heard it once, it stuck with me, is if you learn something new in 24 hours and you don't use it, you lose it. You got to use it instantly. Yes, ma'am.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Uh-huh.
If it is me, which I will transition to this. I haven't even seen the videos. So I will tell my members, I will gather my members, and then I will show them the videos. And then after that, then we can transition the way you started. Because we do not know this. I haven't seen that.
Oh, okay.
And I do not know where to get those.
Got it.
So I will tell my members where to get those. Or better yet, gather them and watch videos together.
That's another big one. And I'll show you how to share them and all that stuff too. Exactly. So we'll get there. Am I good on time?
You're great.
Okay, great. Any other questions? Do you have a question?
I just want to make a comment. In
Yes.
the last 8 weeks that Charlie and I have been using this, I've used with the client. I have to stop because he's like, you're going. I've been going like, go. A lot of our clients are now like, I didn't know he was a financial advisor. And I'm just like, he's been saying that. And now slowly we are getting more than we're expecting.
Are you having more
I've been
fun? Charlie, is that right?
Yeah.
Charlie, are you having more fun?
And then we're checking.
They should call.
Well, it's okay to say yes.
Well, I'm pushing.
I was going to ask if you're having fun, dude. Let your face know.
He doesn't, doesn't face
I don't know, man.
We're working on that. We're working on
It's
that.
okay to smile, Charlie. It's all good.
And he's more like
We figured it out. What's the call
But
about?
when this came up and Angela showed it to me, like the first month of the year, I was just like, I'm on it. And I
Yep.
told Charlie, we're doing this now.
Yep.
Because this is the way. I'm always a person, I'm a marketer, I always want to see something out of the box. I see something bigger. And now I'm more like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like you already closed one of the clients who's a business owner. And she's just like told my boyfriend, who's best friends, she's like, I love it. I saw one of the videos. And now she's going to try to slowly get us referrals. That's how it works.
Yep.
Instead of the old way, like you're begging and you're just like, I can't do that anymore. We have to change.
The only
It's always
question,
changed too.
yeah, the only question I have for you guys is how fast do you want to go?
I want to go fast.
That's it. Oh, you just want to go fast? You don't
I
want to go
wanna
very
go
fast?
very
You want to go very
fast.
fast?
And this one, he's-
Charlie, my man, wants to go very fast.
Yeah, he does.
Absolutely. All right. So we're good on these. So this is the next slide. How do you share it? And I think you already said this, so it's like you knew this page was coming.